Jeff Gordon's win boosted him to third last week. Look at the results from 1995 to current. In the last 18 races, Jeff Gordon is the driver who leads in every category except one. Rusty still leads in the laps led with over 2,000. Jeff Gordon, the winner of last race here. No caution yet.
And Russell is going to be the back. He gets that last back.
Now there's a caution, but they did not take the caution flag that time. I think Steve's still going to have to come around and be ahead of now leader Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, he needs to race on back. Evidently, his spotter has told him that, so he's running hard into turn 3. I don't think that Gordon will just bust his can to try to beat Steve Grissenback. Let him get that lap back, and he's going to do it.
It's Jeff Gordon at the front of the field early on in the Goody's Headache Powder 500. Jeff Gordon is at the front of the field, and we're on board now with his Quaker State camera. He's leading his 6th consecutive race here at Martinsville. Jeff Gordon has pulled out to a pretty substantial lead here over Kenny Wallace, and by the same token, Wallace has a lot of racetrack between himself and the third place car, Bud Strickland. This is the 8th consecutive short track race that Jeff Gordon has led. You can see that there's quite a bit of racetrack between himself and Jeff Gordon up ahead.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon's pulling on away, Bob, just a little bit every lap.
Here's an AutoZone on-track interval. Laps 43 through 47. The interval went from 1.3 seconds.
Watch how consistent. Look how consistent the times are on Jeff Gordon. 20.6, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8. But there is something flapping.
Yeah, there's something.
I guess that's a piece of tape that they've got wrapped around something, or he's picked up something on the racetrack.
Obviously not affecting the car because he's moving ahead, as they say. In fact, catching up with some of the slower cars now at the back of the field. He has Dave Marcus, Steve Grissom, and Bobby Hillen just ahead of him. Jeff Gordon at the front of the field in the Goody's Headache Powder 500 at Martinsville, and he has begun to lap some of the slower traffic.
And oh, by the way, a moment ago before we went to break, that thing flapping beneath Jeff Gordon's car, the crew down here took a vote. Half said it was tape, the other half said it was a plastic bag. It rolled off here about 4 or 5 minutes ago. It was a plastic bag.
So that problem is solved. Jeff
Mike
Gordon.
Wallace. Spam car will go a lap down to our leader. That is the 34th place car.
Here's Jeff as he's still out there with a comfortable lead, passing some of the slower cars. Back with more in just a moment. About a full straightaway ahead of this man, Jeff Gordon, the Quaker State onboard camera, and he is our true value man of the race. Won his 22nd career victory last week at Bristol. 5 top 5 finishes this season. And True Value, on behalf of Jeff, is donating $1,000 to his favorite charity, the Leukemia Society of America. That's one of many organizations that Jeff is involved in.
Of course, he's in heavy traffic right now. He isn't going to run as fast as he has been running because of the traffic that he's in.
And the other competitors are saying, thank goodness.
Yeah, because he's already put the lap on some good cars.
When he finishes his pit stop, he's going to have to back up. We see the 24 car leaving.
Well, Jeff Gordon didn't want any major changes on the race car, so the track is changing, but the car itself is very good. They made a slight half-pound air pressure adjustment on the left side of Gordon's car, number 24. Take a look at the right rear tire off Jeff Gordon's car. This tire ran 102 laps and still has the wear indicator dimple showing, meaning when you measure this tire, he has worn only 1/32 off the right rear tire. Incredible. Ray Evernham just radioed Jeff, said, I have never seen tires with this little wear at Martinsville.
And here comes Kenny Wallace for the lead, diving down to the inside and trying to pass Jeff Gordon.
Now, he started on the pole, but he hasn't led yet, has he? Kenny Wallace.
Not.
Joe Nemechek took the lead right from this start.
Yep, we've only had 2 leaders and 2 lead changes. Jeff Gordon. Well, we may make that 28 here in just a minute, or 26, I should say, as Jeff Gordon positions himself to the inside of Trickle, and they bump.
Contact down the backstretch.
The fans have been watching this battle for several laps. Trickle hung on as long as he could, but finally, Gordon got by. Jerry?
Jeff Gordon's spotter went over to Dick Trickle's spotter and said, hey, here's the deal. If you won't hold us up and let us go by, if the caution comes out, we'll let you have your lap back. If you hold us up and we have to race you, we could both end up spinning out here and tagging the wall.
Jeff Gordon continues to pull away. He has put 0.8 of a second between first and second.
You see that every lap.
Yep.
Was at 20.7 from Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
Every lap.
Jeff Gordon lapping some slower cars, going around lake speed on the 146th lap of the event.
Jeff Gordon says, yeah, I think that's the way to go.
So with Jeff Gordon in big traffic.
And Gordon dives to the inside of Ward Burton. Ward is in the 26th spot.
Even running in this traffic, fellas, he's able to maintain almost a 4-second lead over Rusty Wallace, and that's what it was about 10 laps ago.
Jeff Gordon finished third in this race last year. Of course, he won the fall race here at Martinsville.
His lap speed, according to my stopwatch, the last lap went from, he was running about 2070 down to 2124, so it cost him about a half a second in the traffic that time.
So Jeff Gordon now has moved through quite a bit of traffic and has a little breathing room before he catches up to the next duo. There's the leader, Jeff Gordon, coming up on Ted Musgrave. He has already put Morgan Shepherd a lap down. And now Ted will be next.
Ted is running in the 20th position.
Keep in mind that graphic that we showed you at the beginning of the program and how Jeff Gordon, at least in the last couple of years, has been the driver to beat on the short tracks.
There's a leader trying to get through the traffic.
Just put a lap on Robert Presley. Presley in the 20th position.
Boy, he's got a lot of traffic ahead of him, though, in the next 25 laps or so.
Yeah, but he's coming up on some race cars like Dale Earnhardt and Ken Schrader, and Dale Jarrett's not that far in front of him.
Let's watch this on board with Jeff Gordon. He goes in the corner behind the 30 car. He starts going the outside. He says, no, I can't do that. He go back to the inside, and he turned back, and the 29 car was beside of him.
Yeah. But it didn't deter him any. Let's take a look at it from the copter cam as it flew over turn 2.
And you see exactly what Benny will be talking about. Right there, you see he gets a little bit of a nudge. He came back down into Robert Presley, and that's all it took, just a little bit of a nudge.
Most cars slowed down this time, I think, but Jeff Gordon's car is still running the same.
And while they battle, Jeff Gordon's able to open up a 6-car length lead or something like that. And the more they battle, the bigger his lead will become.
But still, it appears to me that Jeff Gordon has the fastest and best car so far today.
And there we see the leader of the race, Jeff Gordon, the 24 DuPont Chevrolet.
We have gone past the halfway mark. This will complete lap number 252. Jeff Gordon is the leader. He has led 7 of 8 races so far this year, but he has not yet got the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Now we jump on board with Jeff Gordon. Give you some shots from the Quaker State onboard camera.
He says thank you very much to Bill Elliott as he goes down the back stretch. I'm sorry, front stretch. On the back stretch, Mike Wallace is in front of Jeff Gordon.
The next car to be lapped, Dale Jarrett. And when Jeff Gordon leads this lap coming up, he will clinch the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. This will be the 251st lap that he has led out of 273.
How do you say dominate? 24?
I think
that's what you said today, that's for sure.
And the fact is that the interval between Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace really isn't diminishing that much, is it?
I don't think so, Bob. I haven't had a clock on the last few laps, but it doesn't appear like it is just looking out on the racetrack.
Jeff is in a little bit of traffic. There he goes around the 9 car and puts leg speed 2 laps down. Jeff Gordon continues to lead here at Martinsville. He has put a lap on Dale Jarrett.
Jeff Gordon would certainly not want to see a caution flag right now.
Jeff Gordon now has led 260 of 281 laps. Not much in terms of drivers that have led this race. Joe Nemechek led the first 21, and then Gordon took over and hasn't been headed.
Dives down to the inside. He must have known there was going to be room there because
200 laps to go. Now 199. Oh, he's having a heck of a time getting around Kenny, isn't he?
yes, he is. And Schrader once again holds him off to the delight of the pro Earnhardt fans here in the grandstands because they want him to hold up Jeff Gordon because his next victim will be Dale Earnhardt to put a lap down.
Here he comes up once again. Awfully close. Just say, hey, I'm still here, Kenny.
In case you didn't look in your mirror that time, I'll let you know I'm here.
And it looks like he's going to give him another little bump.
Yeah, he's going to try it on the outside.
Well, that didn't work either, not that time.
He motions to Kenny. Come on, man, let me by. Okay, up the hill he goes. Let's try it this time. All right, Jesse. Okay, let me calm down. Let's get everything back under control. Let's try this again.
But he's still maintaining a good lead over Rusty Wallace, Gordon is, even with all of this racing.
Led by Jeff Gordon, and the Pennzoil copter cam has a great overhead shot of Jeff Gordon, who, as you can see, has finally gotten around Ken Schrader and put a lap on him. But Jeff now approaches other slower traffic.
And here comes Jeff Gordon. He's trying. He's a little bit ahead. But here comes Earnhardt fighting back.
He's trying desperately to stay on that lead lap, just like Ken Schrader did. But right now, he's a lap down. Ted Musgrave comes into the pits.
Oh, some contact between the 24 and 3. And Jimmy Spencer, he's trying everything he knows to stay in front.
Looks like Jeff is going to be able to lap Jimmy Spencer, and you can't forget about Kenny Schrader either, who's right behind him.
Oh, the leader goes
Around he
around.
goes.
I don't think there's much damage to Jeff's car. Looks like there was some damage to Hamilton's car, though. Wow.
Here we go. There's Spencer in the 24. The 24 goes up the hill, slides up the hill, but now he starts coming back down. And he and Spencer make contact, and Jeff does a great job. Nails the gas, does a 360. Earnhardt slides up the hill. I guess Jeff learned that in the old midget days when they would spin. They didn't have starters and they had to keep the thing running. So when they got sideways, they just nail the gas.
And you notice how quickly he got that thing in gear and shot out of there.
Well, he only dropped back to third position. He only lost 2 spots to Hamilton and Wallace.
Watch the crowd reaction to all of this.
Well, I don't know who they're cheering for, but
that is amazing. Look at those people.
I think we got a lot of Rusty Wallace fans down there in that particular section.
Or Dale Earnhardt fans.
Right side tires already going on. Bad news for Gordon. He can't make it the rest of the way from here on fuel. We are told that Jeff Gordon definitely could not go. Their calculations say a pit stop around lap 483, 485. They would need 3 gallons to finish.
And Jeff Gordon now is challenging the leader, Bobby Hamilton.
And a battle for the lead. Gordon took a look.
He looks again coming off at turn 4, but he can't quite do it.
Hamilton comes off the corner high every time down in turn 4, and that gives and boy, Gordon got a substantial bump there from Rusty.
Poor Gordon working on him. Gordon's strength seems to be coming off of turn 4. His car really gets a good bite coming off of that corner. Well, maybe now.
Jeff has a good chance here because Hamilton again comes off the 4th corner wide. He says again, that gives
Bobby led that lap. But Jeff does have the preferred line there. Certainly his car seems to work better on the inside.
Wheel to wheel down the backstretch. 1st and 2nd, Gordon and Hamilton. And Rusty looks on from 3rd. Now Jeff is going to get the lead and lead that lap.
Well, this this is exactly what NASCAR would like to have, a Chevrolet, a Ford, and a Pontiac running 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. You're watching live coverage of the Goody's Headache Powder 500 NASCAR Winston Cup race. The 24 car of Jeff Gordon is the leader of this race. He's trying to pull off another spin and win here this afternoon. He did spin a few laps ago over in corner number 2, but he has since resumed the lead and in fact has pulled out to a few car lengths lead over Rusty Wallace.
There's Jeff Gordon come back, complete another lap. Rusty Wallace just can't gain on Jeff. It's like that DuPont Chevy pretty well hooked up today.
It is hooked up, no doubt. That thing will stay right down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Has 22 career wins. Looking for 23 today. Gordon, Wallace, and Hamilton. And you can see Jeff wins the battle out.
Jeff Gordon wanted no changes, although he was complaining the car gets loose coming off the corner on the long runs. They were happy to see this caution. They had refigured the fuel mileage. Mike Landis told me if we did not get a caution, we would run out of gas on lap 3 or 498, 2 from the end.
Now there's a discussion here with some of the NASCAR officials. Mark's still out in front of him, right?
Well, no, they just moved the 24 back in front of him, John. In fact, I was looking straight at that as it came across the line on the backstretch back there, and Jeff Gordon, it looked to me like, did beat Mark Martin, but Bobby Hamilton didn't. So that's where NASCAR has put them back there right now, so we'll see if it stays that way.
So to sum this all up in a pit stop summary, Jeff Gordon stayed the same.
Hi, Brooke. Watching intently.
But Gordon once again puts a couple of car lengths between himself and his pursuer. Well, it was 1.58 last lap. This lap, it was 1.92, the separation between Gordon and Hamilton. So Jeff Gordon gained almost a half a second there. So Gordon enjoys a 1.5 second lead over Bobby Hamilton with 39 laps remaining in the Goody's Headache Powder 500. Laps dwindling down here. We're on board with Jeff Gordon, the leader of the race, who still has an advantage over Bobby Hamilton.
See that 800 marrow too? That's for the bone marrow donor program. They had a program here Thursday at the racetrack. Had some people come by and join the program. And there's Ray Evernham checking out his driver, Jeff Gordon. Right now, everything looks pretty good shape, but you never know about this business.
He just seems to get better and better, though, doesn't he, Jeff Gordon? Since his first start, he's 22 wins in 131 races, winning percentage of 17%. Since he won that first race, he has a 25% winning average. And since the 1996 season, 13 wins in 38 races, a percentage of 34%.
So that means he wins every one out of every 3 races he enters.
Yep, has since last year.
And this is not going to hurt his average today if he goes on to win. Oh boy, Jeff Gordon did not want to see this.
You guys are right. Jeff Gordon did not want to see this caution come out. And as we're watching here, we are told that they're going to try to stay out on the racetrack.
Jeff Gordon, the leader right now. Come back in just a moment.
So Jeff Gordon not able to pull right away from Bobby Hamilton, but Bobby Hamilton also not able to close up on the back bumper of the 24 car.
At the moment, Jeff Gordon has a comfortable lead, as comfortable as you can have. Jeff Gordon on his last lap. Bobby Hamilton's clear traffic. There's no cars now between Gordon and Hamilton. Here is Jeff Gordon in the 4th turn. Looks like he's going to be able to do it. Yes, Jeff Gordon wins the Goody's Headache Powder 500, his 2nd straight win at Martinsville. Jeff Gordon has won this year at Daytona, Rockingham, Bristol, and now at Martinsville. But there is the man of the day and the man of the hour. Jeff Gordon, his 4th win of 1997, his 2nd straight, and his 14th win since the beginning of 1996, and he adds to that great winning percentage. It's his 23rd career win.
You know, Jeff Gordon's getting to know where Victor Lane is at all these racetracks.
Sure is. Jeff Gordon led the most laps.
Well, Jeff gets a nice cold drink in the race car, and while he sits in the car, Jeff, congratulations, second win in a row. You made it 3 springs in a row last week at Bristol. What a run.
I tell you, it sure was, Jerry. You know, these guys did an excellent job in this car. First thing I want to do is thank the Lord. Certainly on our side right now, and you know, I got to praise him. He's what makes this thing go around and round, and it's really nice to be driving this DuPont Chevrolet on days like today, man. These guys in the pits did a great job. You know, got me out front where I need to be, and gave me a great car today, and it's a great honor to be a part of it.
Spin and win about halfway through. You came back from that. That was a close call.
Yeah, I figured Jimmy would get me back someday, but didn't know it would be right there. But, you know, that was a close call. And, you know, that's when you know you've got the Lord on your side, when you can do things like that and come back and win. Luckily, I didn't damage the car too bad, and we were able to get back out there.
Jeff Gordon's 4th win in 1997. Bob?
On ESPN with Rusty Wallace. We'll see you next week from Talladega. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.